If your country becomes unstable tomorrow, what will you do? Where will you go? And how fast can you move? See, most people have insurance for everything in their lives. Their car, their health, their house, policies that you pay every year and you hope you never get to use. But the one thing that most people don't really insure is their freedom to move. Crisis can happen at any time, but those that already have a plan B in place move differently than everyone else. And what I want to do today in this video is I want to show you exactly what that plan B looks like and why building it now while things are still calm is the best way to do that. My name is Mustafa, and on this channel I cover global mobility, residency and citizenship by investment with a focus on strategy and clarity before solution. Today, I want to focus on one of the most important and misunderstood reasons for why people seek global mobility. And that reason is security. Not physical security, of course. I'm talking about legal security, mobility security, medical security, lifestyle security. See, one passport can tell people where you're from, but it doesn't always protect where you can go, how fast you can move, and what options your family has in times of crisis. Think about what insurance really is. You don't buy it because you expect something bad to happen tomorrow. You buy it because you want to plan for the future. You buy it because you don't know what the future holds. You buy it because you simply want peace of mind. And this is exactly how I want you to think about residencies and citizenships. Not because of travel, but because of options. Having somewhere to go to, having something to fall back on, having a structure that protects you and your family if things change. And just like insurance policies, different residencies and citizenships serve different purposes. One is great for travel, another for lifestyle, another for healthcare, another for education. It really depends on you. That's why I call it a Plan B portfolio. The mistake most people make is that they ask, what is the best passport? And that is the wrong question. The right one is best for what? And I want to be clear about something up front. Building a portfolio of residencies and citizenships takes careful planning, takes time, and takes investment. It's not a simple transaction that you're just going to do overnight. But for the right person with the right goals, this can be one of the most strategic decisions you can ever make. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk you through the three key pillars of what security really means. The first is really an obvious one, which is geopolitical hedge. Now, if you're from a country that faces instability, political turbulence, sanctions, currency collapses, conflict, then your options can really disappear overnight. It won't be gradual, it will be overnight. And you've seen many examples of those over the years. You've seen the Russia-Ukraine war. You've seen most recently the war in Iran. Whether it's Iranians, Russians, or Ukrainians, or others, those that had a plan B in place before any sort of turbulence happened, those are the ones that were able to quickly move. A geopolitical hedge means you have the legal right to enter another country, you have the right to live and stay there, you have the right to open bank accounts, to access housing, you have the ability to move you and your family with minimal disruption. That is what a hedge is. It's making sure you're never left with no options. The second pillar is one where people consistently underestimate, and that is medical access. People think residencies and citizenships are about travel and geopolitics, but healthcare is deeply personal, and it's one of the most common reasons and practical reasons as well for why families seek international structures. Second, residency or citizenship can give you access to better healthcare systems, network specialists, faster appointments, access to advanced treatments, countries that generally have strong public healthcare infrastructure. So all of these things are very valuable in today's world. For families that are thinking about the future, where they age, thinking about where they want their kids to be treated, thinking about a country with strong healthcare is not a minor consideration. You might be sitting there and thinking, this really doesn't apply to me. I have great insurance, it covers me anywhere in the world, and that's great for you. But you gotta remember something. that while your insurance company might foot the bill, your ability to travel to a specific country to seek that treatment is not really something you might have control over, right? You might have a visa for that country or you might not. What if you don't have? Will you be scrambling last minute, trying to find appointments at embassies, trying to get a visa? And what if you have a visa already? How many days can you actually stay as a tourist on that visa? This isn't just emergency planning. People are now thinking differently. Families are thinking proactively and are talking about preventative medicine and do regular and annual checkups and want to follow up with certain doctors. So this is now the mindset of people. What I really want to say here is that a second residency can answer that question in a way that a medical insurance policy cannot. The third pillar is what I call lifestyle insurance. And this one is really different from the first two because it's really not about an emergency or something dramatic happening. It's not about a war or a crisis or anything of this sort. It's about something else. Here's the thing. People most of the time don't really think that a country can become less livable over time, i.e. prices are going up, more bureaucracy, education is not really as good as it used to be, lifestyle, culture, all of these things can start to take you off inch by inch till the point where you feel frustrated and you're not really enjoying the place you're living in anymore. A plan B in this case is about moving right away without having to scramble or start the search for something new, especially when under pressure. But in practical terms, I want to explain what lifestyle insurance means. Lifestyle insurance basically is that you have easier travel terms. You're able to relocate to a different country, live in a different country legally. Your children can access education. You're able to work there. You're able to access banking. You have the flexibility to open companies, to do business. All of these things you can achieve by having a residency or a citizenship in another country. And this is essentially what lifestyle insurance is. As a certain lifestyle becomes unbearable, you can easily switch or move you and your family to a different destination and making sure you have the exact same rights as your home destination. Here's the most important thing I want you to take away from this video, which is that not all residencies and citizenships give you the same benefits. And the sequence in which you build your portfolio really matters. Because some programs are great when it comes to mobility. Others are great in terms of lowering your tax when the right strategy is put in place. Others are great for family and security. So it's really about the option itself and understanding what each option caters to. That is why it always depends on where you're starting from, what you're trying to build, and what your timeline actually looks like. And that is why I always say, please do not chase the best passport. Build the right combination of rights that suit you for your life and your family. I want to give you an example to try to make this real. Now imagine a Lebanese family. They live in Lebanon, their business is there, their life is there, their community is there. They're not trying to escape. They're not really pessimistic about the future. They just want to be protected. And especially because of all of what we've seen over the years, the wars, the turbulence, they want to ensure that they have a plan B, not just for themselves, but for their entire family. So they build a residency in Portugal or another stable European country. They have access to a stable banking system outside of Lebanon. They have access to a country that they can go to at any time. They can travel to, land in, and have the same rights as they would in Lebanon. They can live, they can work, they can study, they can open bank accounts, they can build businesses as locals, all of this in the country that they have residency in. And this is the power of security, is that you can be comfortable in one place. You don't need to move tomorrow. It's not about a certain urge, but it's about protection. In case something goes wrong, you can go there, spend a few months, you can always come back. But knowing that you have this option to fall back on, knowing that you have insurance, is really what gives you peace of mind. When people ask me, why do I need to get a second passport? Why do I need to get another residency? Everything is fine where I am right now. I don't really foresee any change happening. Look, honest answer is, we don't have a crystal ball. We cannot foresee the future. And no matter how much you think the place you're living in or the country you're from is immune, things can change overnight. And you don't know. That's the reality of it. So you don't really buy insurance when things fall apart. You buy it when things are still calm, because you have the ability to think, to plan carefully, to strategize, and think what are the things that you need. Plan it well, whether it's about your business, whether it's about your wealth, whether it's about education, healthcare access, all of these things. You have the ability to think what you value most and protect all these things. Because the smartest families don't just build wealth, they build optionality, they build mobility. They want a plan B portfolio. If you're thinking about any of this, please do not start by asking, what is the best program for me? Start by thinking, what risk am I actually trying to solve for? And once you're clear on that, the options will start flowing and it will actually make sense for your situation. And I want to hear from you. What is your main reason for building a plan B? Is it geopolitical hedge? Is it medical access? Is it a lifestyle? Is it thinking about the future for your children? Is it business or banking? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. If this kind of thinking is useful to you, clear, honest, built around strategy rather than noise, then subscribe. This is exactly what this channel is for.